Hello everyone, welcome on in and happy Thursday. And hi Jason! The wild Jason here. Hi Dad! And as you can see, there are some new names on this overlay. That's for reasons that we'll get into soon. I just want to thank everyone who is here right. Why are you loud? You're very loud in my head. Shush. There's also a robot in the background somewhere. Yep. But yes, so the music you're listening to right now is by Adrian von Ziegler. The overlay starting soon screen and the maps, not this one, but the maps that you will be seeing in the game were made by me in Incarnate. The sound effects during the game is going to be by Sirenscape, and some of the music will be by John Theodore. You can check out his stuff if you type in !John T in the chat. And if you want to see what you can do for your channel points, do what Lillith just did and type in !perks in the chat. You can see what you can do to help or hinder the party. Yesterday there was a secret menu item redeemed for this game by Ash. So we shall see when that shows up.
Almost forgot about that.
And Cycle or Jason, please roll me a d4 in chat to see who it will go to. While we're doing that, let's go around the table and introduce ourselves. And let's start with Sen.
Good evening, everyone. I am Sen, and tonight I shall play Escurida, or as he is more commonly known, Sui, or Escuri, or literally anything else you can think of in order to make his name easier on people.
Yeah, I can't say that, so serious.
What?
Suri?
Suri?
Suri.
Suri?
Suri.
Suri.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
little Suri.
Or, you know, take the last part and call him Dad.
No. No. We're not gonna allow that.
Okay.
I'll just call you Downs.
Is so the two options are Sui or
My
Scooby.
partner just walked past outside in the hallway, like. We're off to a great start.
But yeah, Sui is a tiefling cleric taking over the place of Alexia after her unfortunate meltdown and subsequent hospitalization in the Temple of Lyra.
I mean,
There's many others who end up in the hospital on her.
Yeah. So I just want everyone to know that Alexia is doing fine, and she just needs a moment to come to rest, find her fate again, find her faith in humanity, I mean. Not a faith in a god, that one is definitely stronger.
No clerics were hurt in this production.
You cannot say the same for characters.
No.
But yeah,
Mooney.
tiefling cleric.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now you get to follow that introduction.
I know. I'm just thinking, Senna seems such a short name after that, and so easy to pronounce. So I will be playing Senna Dazzlecase, who is the evocation wizard, who is a rock gnome. I'm feeling a little bit confused and tired and travel worn at the moment.
Understandably. Unfortunately, I just realized that the map you're looking at is not entirely accurate.
You're
No, it's a
missing part.
beanstalk in the middle.
Yes,
Missing something.
there's currently a giant beanstalk in the middle of the court of air. I forgot to add that. But yes, Lillith.
Hi. Sorry, I'm still thinking about Daddy.
Setting the bar high at the start.
Hey, it's supposed to be a light-hearted campaign.
It's very lighthearted at the moment. Hi, I'm Lillith. I'm playing Aureliana, the tiefling sorcerer.
Yes.
Hey, 2 tieflings.
Yeah, my friendly.
We're gonna be best of friends.
Yes.
And Vitz.
Hello, I'm Viskugga, and I'm playing Silas Nimmalon, half orc, half elf, Senate barbarian. And I guess we're Raven as well.
Yeah. And hi, I am Ardana or Joe or Oi, you there. Depending on situation, I am the GM and channel runner around these parts, and the person people still believe has any form of control over these people. Basically, I am what my shirt says, so and today we are heading back into Candlekeep, where the party ended up last time in the thank you cycle. It was a gift from my partner. He found a home printing or ordered printing stuff company, and he has been printing shirts for me. But yes, last time party came back to Candlekeep, but I think I'm gonna let any one of my players do the recap.
So last time, on E2 and the Harpooneers,
Wrong campaign.
wait, what?
You two and the Harpooneers.
That's the wrong campaign.
Right,
Wrong
sorry,
wrong
my bad.
campaign.
So last time, on the Adventures of the Raven Girl and Friends,
Better.
the Raven Girl managed to find a home, found her people. She did not like him, or at least she was satisfied finding a home again. Due to some unfortunate circumstances, the party was decided to make a quick retreat from the Shadowfell. Let's call it like that. And so quickly after Silas's rare transformation and besides his sleight of hand, and of course the meltdown and subsequent social engineering performed by Sai, which should not have been possible, but somehow happened. If people are still following the story, then let's continue. So yeah, we left the manor, made a quick travel, decided to travel through the night in order to quickly find shelter. We came back to the pyramid, which we grew with beans, as one does with beans and pyramids. There, Sai found a portal as he went scouting ahead. It was quickly closing, so we decided in order to just jump to it, which ended up with us being in Candlekeep, specifically a vault or basement or whatever it is. There we met the ancient shade of the skull of a dragon, who was asking questions and doing things. Silas then decided to, you know what, let's plant a bean, which as bean normally do, did not vote to be a pyramid, but a beanstalk instead. Upon which a giant pyramid rests high up in the skies, or so I believe.
Literally.
But yeah,
I had to. You said it was missing.
at that point, the party make a quick retreat, except for Silas, who stayed. Or
To
at least
watch.
I believe he kept watching how the beanstalk grew.
Yeah, he kept watching with the ghost dragon.
At which point Alexia left Candlekeep to go to her home. Sai left Candlekeep to go to Baldur's Gate in order to complete his request for the nice shopkeep lady, who is definitely not a succubus but might be a Cambion. However, as the Raven Girl went with Sai, of course, because he politely asked and the Raven Girl had no problems with that. During his travels to Baldur's Gate, at least in Baldur's Gate, things happen, so yeah.
Yes.
Let's hope Avernus is a nice place this time of year. Also, let's hope the Raven Girl can keep her sanity on the travels of Sai and the Raven Girl.
Which
Later,
we might
this
get
year.
to.
hopefully, sometime.
At some point. Maybe.
I do
Perhaps.
truly hope so.
We might get there.
But yeah, to recap everything, we took some stuff. Someone became a werewolven, someone had a meltdown, someone was helping the people with a meltdown, more people were helping the people with meltdowns. We left the Shadowfell, we grew a beanstalk, and some of us split up.
Indeed. And
I hope that all made sense for the people listening.
I'm sure it makes sense if people have actually been watching these.
In that case, I have horribly failed in order to convey what the hell happened last time. On Raven Girl and Friends. Now no longer Raven Girl and Friends, so we'll have to find a new name for this group.
Yes. Although, if you dress up Silas in a dress,
No,
Could be
no. I will not dishonor the Raven Girl like that.
well,
She deserves better.
technically it would be Raven Boy now.
No. Raven Boy in a dress.
No.
That's what to say. Let's not do that.
No.
I'll figure out a new name by next session.
Please stop breaking my brain. Please.
Why are you here? That's what we do.
I know, but now I both have Daddy and Raven Boy in my.
Okay.
Namaste.
And for that lovely recap, Suri can have a inspiration.
Aha! I have all the power now. Never can I die.
And because my brain can't remember if I lost my train of thought. I'll get back to that when I remember what I was going to say. With that lovely introduction, we are heading back to the Candlekeep. And the Court of Air, where currently a giant beanstalk is reaching for the clouds above. No one is really sure where it came from, other than, the obvious. It grew from somewhere in the subsections of the library. How it got there, why it got there, and why it grew so fast, no one knows. Yes, it will pull into a station at some point. It will. The Court of Air, the main open area of Candlekeep, is bustling with people. Most of them refugees from Elturel, where not too long ago the whole city vanished and was dragged, some believe, into the first layer of the 9 hells. Ever since that day, refugees have been flooding in, to the point where the Avowed of Candlekeep have decided that they're going to waive the admission rules and let people stay.
How dare they?
I know. You still can't get into the inner sanctums, but... And you still have to, if you do not have a book of rarity, or a certain rarity, that the Candlekeep does not already have, you have to work for your stay. Doing menial chores and the likes. If you're there to study, as usual, you will have to turn in a book that the Candlekeep no longer has, or a rare version of a book that they might already have, in order to have access to the library itself. We find ourselves once again at the hearth, the almost over-bustling tavern slash inn slash alehouse of Candlekeep. And I realized that I have not removed Sai. There we go. Why is... Okay. Go away. There you go.
Why he ended up in the leaving? Yes.
Will we have had a long rest since we
Yes. It has been...
some time elapsed.
Yes, it has been a few days since you returned to Candlekeep. Bookworm was none too happy about finding the 4 of you exiting the lower levels of the library. But seeing
I
that...
would not have exited that way, buddy.
No, you did. You climbed up, didn't you?
Well, it was still growing, so I technically went up with it.
Well, that's fair. So you could have probably played it off as you got yanked with it from the Court of Air, and no one would have known. But it has been a few days since the beanstalk grew to its full height, and the whole keep has been buzzing with rumors about what this particular phenomenon is. Now, it doesn't look that much on the map, but that's because if I add as many tokens as there are people, this whole thing is going to crash.
Just use your imagination.
Yes. Sitting by a table, I imagine Silas and Fenna. It is not early morning, late morning, approaching noon, and the place is packed, primarily with tiefling refugees, but also with Avowed and scholars and researchers from all over the place. What would you like to do?
I don't know, Fenna. I feel like I kind of want to go down there again and say hi to the dragon and look for some books. But at the same time, I'm not really into books.
Well, I really don't know what to say, since I have some concern. Everyone's talking about the beanstalk, and they're kind of, where's it come from? And I'm sort of there at the birth of it, so I do know where it came from. And, I'd rather feel that there's perhaps an opportunity to put something right. We seem to be having a knack of putting unnatural things in places where we travel. And I just really feel it would be good, I think, to solve this beanstalk issue, and if we can somehow correct it, maybe, and leave Candlekeep in the place of worship and knowledge that it once was, that would be a good thing to do. Do you not think?
Why would we do it right? Wouldn't it be better to just leave it as it is?
Well, I mean, Candlekeep's such an honourable place, and the people do seem rather quite disturbed about it. They don't seem quite happy to have suddenly have a beanstalk in their midst. So I feel that we could do something good here and worthy, and Candlekeep people are so knowledgeable. I'm sure it'd be worth our while, and an adventure. A proper adventure for us as well. You'd have an opportunity to spread your wings, as it were. You know, don't know if you had a chance to spread your wings yet.
Not quite. I've been considering climbing up the beanstalk. Flying? I mean, who knows what could be up there? And maybe something. Maybe that will be what's necessary for us to resolve it. I just feel very guilty. I just feel very guilty about it, and we could technically become the heroes who solve the issue with how this beanstalk ended up there by just mentioning it probably was a magic bean.
It absolutely was the magic bean. Oh, that there's no doubt.
We take credit for it, and then we get rewarded. And then we get a lot of gold and shiny things.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you'd want to get credit for putting it there.
No. We don't take credit for putting it. We take credit for solving the question.
And dismantling it. And putting Candlekeep back to where it was. I mean, it was a mistake. You didn't know that was going to happen. I mean, it could have been a pyramid, but it could have been a talking statue. You didn't know. It was an honest...
It was a total accident.
Absolutely. And we were in shock. We just gone from a portal. We were confused, dazed, not in our right mind. And you dropped the beam. Anything could have happened.
Or we could just not take credit for the bean. We just take credit for solving the question that it is actually a bean that is the reason. You don't have to tell him I put it in there.
Perhaps you accidentally dropped it.
No. We didn't see any bean. We didn't hear any bean. We definitely didn't plant any bean, and we didn't eat any bean or shit out any bean. We didn't know anything about any beans, but we suggest that it might be the effect of a magical bean. And if they prove that it is a magical bean, then we get the credit for it and rewards, and not being connected to the actual planting of said bean. Yes?
Makes absolutely sense. Except, of course, it's a complete falsehood, and it's completely untrue, because the bean did come from your possession onto the floor, and the bean did sprout out from it. So, I absolutely know that you did not intend for that to happen. And this is a place of magic. I'm sure they understand that things sometimes go inadvertently awry. But we can definitely put ourselves up there for saying we would be keen to correct it and put Candlekeep in its state of as it was. And I'm sure they'd be very grateful for that. They're very, very grateful.
I mean, I could cut it down, but it would probably topple over the whole castle and ruin it.
Yes. And it's...
Or if you cut it down the other way, who knows how far it might reach? It might reach all the way to Baldur's Gate, as far as I know. That could be interesting.
Cool. Can we see the top of it at all? Is there any indication of how tall it goes?
It seems to be vanishing into the sky.
Yes, I mean, it does seem pretty endless. It's true. It's
Pretty cool, right?
Well, yeah, pretty cool. Even cooler if it weren't in Candlekeep, but pretty cool. Yes.
I mean, where's the best way to investigate it? Of course, in Candlekeep. They have access to all this magic. I literally gave them a service. Now they have a magical beanstalk that they can climb up and investigate new things. Straight from the source.
You can, that would certainly be one way to try and sell it. Yes. Magic comes magic, as I say. Dear. So, what do you think? Are we up for talking to someone about it and offering our services to not correct our mistake, to change the unforeseen circumstances that occurred? Do you think?
Yes, but we need to find someone stupid who doesn't realize we're lying.
Oh no, we're not lying.
I thought we were.
No. What part is the lie?
Well, to not say that we planted it.
Oh no, we're absolutely saying that the bean was of our possession. Maybe not plant.
No. We did never have this bean. Never had it.
Sure.
Oh no, we definitely did not have this. Fenna, you realize if we tell
She
her
reaches
the
into
truth,
her pocket and she goes, "Look, I have 2 more."
you have 2 more.
Absolutely. She quickly puts them back
Can I
into her bag.
Oh,
I-
you should plant them.
As
Sit
you
here.
as you're discussing this, Suri and Reliana, it's up to you guys if you arrive at the same time, but you have arrived in the hearth. And Suri, with your passive perception, you can hear them talking. You have noticed that there are 2 people, one very tall and one kind of short, seemingly discussing something they don't want others to hear.
Okay. So the woman who is not tall
Yes.
and the man who is not short.
I give you bonus points for the Night Vale reference.
Yes, I've recently found out about it and I've been watching non-stop.
Ah, it's so addictive. Yes.
Sorry. But yes, yeah, Sui casts a quick glance towards them and decides to do the smart thing and not get involved. Instead, finding himself an empty table to sit at and rest his feet relaxed.
Liliana.
Does she see someone who seems to be working at Candlekeep?
There are several people in here that are dressed as the Avowed in their particular robes.
This is Bookworm, correct? No?
Let me... Yes, it is.
It's the first person she sees, most likely. Excuse me?
Oh, hello.
I know this might be a odd question, but is it possible for someone to go and see the library? Even though there's seemed to be a big beanstalk in your place that I haven't heard of.
That's a recent addition to the library. It arrived or grew a few days ago.
Oh.
We do have our normal admission rules for the library. If you have a book we do not have, or a rare version of a book we already have, you can have access to some of our resources. Perhaps not at the library itself, but we can always have a scribe bring you whatever books you need.
And she has no books on her, goddammit. Oh, I should have brought some of my father's books. I'll figure something out. I'll get back to you.
Well, if you are desperate to get in, there are several of the Avowed that need help with various tasks.
Oh, I love to help.
Oh, most of them are research related.
I'm not the smartest person.
No, you misunderstand. I'm being unclear. We have, well, one of our colleagues would very much like for someone to map out a mine, for example, or then there is the obvious produce in the courtyard.
Oh. Think about it.
Oh, if you decide, please let me know.
Oh yes, of course. Thank you for your help. And she looks around to see if there's any tables.
There is one free seat over by Suri, and there is one free seat pretty close. There's one free seat here, and one here, and one up here. That you can see without searching.
So she will actually sit by the tea place because.
Yeah.
Good day.
Oh, good day. What brings you to Candlekeep?
My church asked me to deliver some books to Candlekeep that they requested.
Is there books that they might not have?
Yes, these are a collection of new tomes written by a high priest, depicting the avatars of Our Lady Saloon.
Oh. I'm not a religious person, so I can't really tell.
It's no matter.
But I guess they're pretty important. Do you mind if I take along with you when you deliver them?
You wish to enter Candlekeep, I think?
Yes, I would love to.
So let me first start with a general insight check, just to see... Is she as good-hearted as she comes over from this short conversation?
Sure thing, go ahead.
Only 13.
Yep.
She means every single word.
So you're thinking of a proper response? Now I'm just drawing a blank. So let's just well, considering that I am supposed to deliver them anyway, I don't think it matters if you come along.
Oh, thank you. I would love to read some of the books.
Oh, you're definitely most welcome to.
Yeah, it's just that they told me I needed books to get inside that I didn't have, and I sadly don't have any books with me.
Yes, it is quite the old rule from Candlekeep. You would think that by now they would have all the books in existence already. And yet, people still come bringing new ones.
I mean, they can bring new ones, and there's always the old ones who disappeared.
Ah, yes, that is very true.
I mean, I read this old book my dad showed me. It was really, really, really old.
Oh? Want
Oh,
to ask what it was about?
The stories?
What kind of stories?
Oh, how dragons lived before?
A book about dragons?
Yes.
There's a fancy word for that, I'm not remembering it. Oh, that's interesting. I can't say I actually know much about dragons myself.
Oh, neither do I.
Awkward silence.
Could everyone please roll me a perception check? Okay then. Suri and Silas, you start noticing that something weird is happening. Some voices are getting louder than the others, and two people that didn't make that much fuss before have started to be rowdy and loud. And they seem to be on the verge of getting into a physical argument. Further off.
People.
So, over here, this person and this person.
A two in heavy armor.
Yeah, there were no other tokens for them.
The twins.
Yep. Well, they look pretty much alike. If you look at them, they might be related. I'm not entirely sure. And they seem to be talking loudly. It's a little bit hard to hear over the crowd, but with your perception checks, especially Suri, you don't have fireball.
There was not a fireball. That was the radius of a sleep spell.
Ah, well, that could work.
Oh wait, within 20 feet. Yeah, so 20 feet radius.
Yep. I'm just so used to Divan trying to fireball everything into submission.
Yeah, so Suri doesn't have fireball, but I'm seeing if I could get a sleep spell off on only them.
There
If
are...
things get that far.
And one of them is grabbing the other one by the collar, as if to try and punch him.
Silas is moving over to them. He kind of just waves to Fana, excuse me for a bit. And he walks over. Excuse me, gentlemen. I feel like you're getting a bit tense.
What's it to you?
I wouldn't want you to accidentally hurt someone.
Oh, it won't be on accident.
I know. Neither would me punching your faces into the ground. So I'd rather not punch you to death. So if you would like to calm down, take a seat, and enjoy the food and drinks. I'll make sure you stay standing.
Please give me an intimidation check.
Do I use charisma or do you use strength for this?
Charisma, I think.
You should have intimidation on your thing. The skills
Yeah,
in the
but
center.
I know some people rule that you can use strength instead of charisma.
Only if you actually physically grab them. You're trying to de-escalate, so you're using charisma for this one.
Okay, cool. 60.
They both look at you, and you can see not fear, but understanding in both their eyes. And they grumblingly let go. Like, the one holding on lets go and sits back down. The other one walks over and kicks a chair before leaving.
I kind of look at the other guy, making sure he's sitting down or what he chooses to do.
He sits down and just pulls his chair in. You get this image of a toddler throwing a tantrum.
He says, "See, wasn't that better? Now no one has to get hurt or die for nothing. Isn't it great?
Wouldn't have been for nothing.
You would have. I would have slaughtered you. So, just enjoy the meal. Have fun."
Well, fine. And he grabs his tankard, and you see that it's not ale or wine or anything of the sort in it. It's just plain water.
He gets a bit confused, but and he walks back to the table. I don't know why, but they acted like they were drunk, although they seem to be drinking water. Is that normal?
What, to get drunk when you're drinking water? No, that's I wouldn't say that's normal. I was just admiring how impressively you handled that situation, Sadus. Without violence, calm. It showed real growth.
I mean, I don't really like hurting people necessarily. I like killing people when they are bad.
Killing is sort of hurting, a little bit in some ways, but you managed it without hurting them or killing them and diffused it, and then they weren't attacking each other. It was a little bit hairy there for a little while. It's quite impressive. Would you what time? I think you said it's morning. What time is it?
It would be like 10:30.
Too early in Fenner's mind to start drinking alcohol. We even suggested. Why? Okay, can I ask a question as well, Dina? Just as if we've been here for a few days, would Fen have had an opportunity to get some resources or?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Perfect.
There is a shop for arcane spell components and for spell scrolls and such.
Perfect.
Can't really remember what it's called, but I can always look it up.
That's okay. I will change her gold and just get her some components.
Yep.
And ret it back a little bit. She she hasn't cast it. It's not around at the moment, but she's got a little familiar is dismissed at the moment. But she'll have that'll be up. Oh, bless her.
Yep.
She's missed it. Okay, sorry. So well, I was wondering, Sadis, would you I think we had come to the decision to talk to someone about offering to help with their beanstalk problem.
How do we solve it? I mean, are we cutting it down, or do you have magic to just remove it?
Don't have it of that. No, I mean, we can't use fire. They really don't like that in Candlekeep. I mean, it seems so high. Possibly we could climb up from the top. We could maybe just chop little bits off it as we work our way back down again. That might be something we could offer to do, perhaps.
I'd consider it if it was a really darn good pay per minute or hour. Then I consider it. But have you seen the size of that thing? It's gonna take weeks. Heck, it might even take months to cut this thing down from the top down.
Perhaps, but I wasn't expecting payment for it. To be fair, given that it was there due to accidentally from us to start off with.
I mean, for now, I don't think we should take responsibility for something we totally did not do.
What do you not mean to do? To do, but you don't mean to do, for sure. For sure.
Isn't you know, Fenna, that you don't always have to be 100% honest. Sometimes you can be dishonest, or dishonest, and sometimes even dishonest. Or if you really have to, you can also be dishonest.
Yes, but the less honest we become, the more dishonest we become, and that's we could.
It's still on the scale of honesty.
Yes.
So there's still honesty. We just maybe 1% honest, or just a little bit honest.
It's
We don't have to get
100% honest. That's right. Yes, works every single time. Every single time. Well, I honestly, I don't think there's going to be any consequence at all. They understand that accidents happen, and I think they may be understanding and appreciative, and they do seem really rather distressed. I think
they probably understand. They'd probably make us serve them for life.
Oh, I think if we can dismantle the problem.
I mean, if you want to sort like papers, ink for like 500 years, then feel free to be honest. I thought you wanted to go to adventures and stuff, but I mean, that would be really hard if they send you to the archives to sort things they have collected for 3,000 years or however long this thing has been.
That sounds so lovely. Oh, you're almost selling it to me, Sailors. But no, we must do the adventuring. We must really do the adventuring. She's going to is there anyone that looks official in Candlekeep that might be worthwhile talking to about this and offering their services?
As you look around, you realize that Bookworm is standing by your table. And somehow, she's managed to get... Wait, Did I call bookworm she or he? I don't remember.
She?
Yes, I
She.
think it was a female. Yeah. Oh yeah, because Josh the pirate has bookworm being a male. You see a bookworm standing by your table and looking between the two of you, and you see a small smile on her reptilian face.
Bookworm, nice to meet you. I hope you're enjoying the drinks and food here.
I was, thank you, yes. Now, I thought I recognized some voices in the crowd.
I hope you
And-
didn't recognize any words.
Well, I did recognize you talking about the beanstalk that has grown up.
You heard nothing.
Oh no, the entire keep is buzzing with talking about the beanstalk. And I figured, well, you've helped us in the past. And I do have a personal interest in this phenomenon. So why not help me with it?
Well, what a coincidence! Funny that we were just talking about that, isn't it, sailors?
Yes, we were totally talking about it, as we are totally not involved in the creation of this beanstalk, but we are definitely willing to help with this issue of yours. Of course.
Excellent. Well, my personal interest is finding out how it grew, why
We can
it
answer that.
grew,
Oh,
and where it leads.
this is your lucky day. You've still come to the right people.
Now, Fenna, before you
Yeah.
say too much, remember, you can be different levels.
Fenna will message Salus as a whisper to say, and you'll hear her say, "Now, Salus, absolutely fine. Don't worry at all. I've totally got this."
You hear a massive bump as Silas just gives up to his fate and just slams his head into the table and just
Right. Do apologise. Please repeat me again. What were the questions? What was the first question? How?
Yes.
Good. Oh, well, yes, absolutely. We can answer that one straight off the bat. And accidentally, completely not on purpose at all, we came through a portal. That wasn't an accident. We came through a portal, and there was found ourselves in Candlekeep. But it was so disorientating, and then there was this dragon skull ghost in your basement. Did you know that?
Ah, yes.
Yes, they were there. Complete shock. You can imagine our surprise. And, we were disorientated, completely didn't know what to do. And in the kerfuffle, a beam, which we have been very carefully looking after, but actually seems to be magic, was dropped by sailors completely accidentally. And before we knew it, a beanstalk started growing. It started growing, and we didn't know what to do. Sailors was a little bit mesmerised by it and just decided to watch it for a little while. But the rest of us, my companions, departed quite quickly. But there was nothing we could do about it. Shocking, terrible, completely accidental. And I'm sure that the scuffling of the stone that sailors created to reveal the earth was completely a nervous twitch. Just a confluence of misfortune. So yes, that absolutely explains the how of it. I'm afraid. And the next question-
Magic bean.
Yes.
You
So
see,
this is nice.
you see Bookworm's eye twitch a little bit. Just, eh.
Yes, it was a magical bean. I was a bit upset, and I kinda might have
Okay.
reacted a bit trashly and kinda dropped it into the ground beneath the rocks that I kinda gently moved aside and pulverized. And well, the dragon friend of yours seemed to really enjoy this idea. So, I mean, I was totally encouraged by the dragon to do it. So, I mean,
So, am I to understand that you did this under duress?
it was totally a gift. I
Right. Oh, so you gave the bean to Miriam as a gift. Oh, Miriam is the dragon you met.
I meant I gave it to Candlekeep. Because who doesn't want a beanstalk in the courtyard?
The beanstalk in itself is not the problem. It is where it leads. Because we do not know.
Oh. Well, then of course, I'm totally the one who did it. And, yeah.
Accidentally did it. Accidentally did it under duress. Say this.
I
Accidentally.
Uh-huh.
accidentally didn't plant it, but I intentionally did plant it in duress.
In Silas's, here's another message from Fenna saying, "This honesty is really growing on you, isn't it?" just a whisper in your head.
No, not really. I'm comfortable as hell.
Well, as it would seem, you have just volunteered yourself. Silas, was it?
I mean,
To bodyguard someone who has also volunteered to help out Candlekeep. Well, I'm not entirely sure you are familiar with them. She seems to have come with the refugees.
oh. Well, I mean, I am totally fine helping. Is there pay?
You are not getting thrown from the highest tower.
I could probably handle the highest tower. I was more worried you'd throw me down the beanstalk, but
Oh no, we wouldn't do that.
oh, good.
There are too many people below on the court of air.
Yeah, I guess that is true.
Now,
Fenna casts Mage Hand. Mage Hand is just like poking up, like a little kid, like wanting to like, excuse me. So like your Mage Hand is just poking. And I completely volunteer. Absolutely. I don't mind being anybody's bodyguard or being bodyguarded. Count me in to solve this mystery for you.
now that's the attitude I love to see, especially from someone who enjoys reading. What's the word I'm looking for?
Educated.
No,
Enthusiastic.
if I judge you correctly, and please do correct me if I'm completely wrong, but you are a wizard, aren't you?
I'm a wizard. Yes. What gave it away?
Well, the mage hand for starters, and
Yes.
the robes.
Yes, I am. Indeed, I was a tutor, not so much now at all, in fact. But yes, an on the road wizard, adventuring as best she can. Absolutely sums me up. Honestly.
I can vouch for her. She's pretty bright.
Oh, from what you just told us, you've survived going through a portal. So I imagine that you can take care of yourselves. Now, as for the young person that asked for something to do to gain entry, I believe she's over on the other side of the fireplace.
Oh, well, I mean, she can totally join. I mean, sure. You get her here, or should we go there, or
I do believe it would be less intimidating if I introduce you.
have you seen me? People tend to get scared when I am introduced. Although, I guess it goes both ways.
I do believe it would be
You know
less
what?
intimidating if I introduced you rather than you just walking up and saying hi.
That is also true.
So,
Very exciting. Oh, say this, we were a little depleted on our number, and now we can we can expand again. This is so exciting. Lead on.
God,
Yeah,
Mother
good night,
Svenna. No one is about to harm her.
oh yeah, I forgot our ogre friend. He is always obviously here as well. The intelligent ogre. So Bookworm is leading the way over to towards the table where Reliana and Suri is sitting, or are sitting. Grammar, it's a strong suit, I promise. Some people are leaving the hearth by now, going to either do some studies or go back to their lodging. And the crowd is thinning out. Excuse me, I don't believe I caught your name earlier.
Speaking to me.
Yes.
She just turns and looks up with her hood really like she's taking as little space as possible. And she's like, "Oh, hi. Oh. Yeah, I found a companion."
Oh, most excellent. Oh, then perhaps you do not need this. I found you. Let's call him a bodyguard for now.
Hi.
And she kind of like looks around. And she's like, "Hi.
These
Why do I need a
two-
bodyguard?"
Well, these two owe me a favor. And you said you needed. Well, I suggested that you could do some work for the keep to gain access.
I would still love to help.
Excellent. There's a research project that I myself am. Well, I want to conduct, but I do not have the time to do so. So it has to do with the giant beanstalk in the center of the Court of Air.
The one you told me about that suddenly
Yes,
went up. Mm-hmm.
yes. A few days ago, it just grew, and I just learned that these two had something to do with it.
And she will take a look at them again and be like, oh, and they're going to fix it?
I'm not sure if it can be fixed at this moment. What they're going to do is find out where it leads.
So they're going up?
Yes.
Oh, I would love to.
Excellent.
That
Oh.
does sound like quite dangerous endeavor.
Oh,
That is true.
I'm not gonna say that it won't be, because I have no idea. We have no idea where this beanstalk leads at all.
Upwards?
Apologies. Let me first introduce myself.
Yes, of course.
I am Escurida Moonchild. It's a pleasure to meet you all. Though if you wish, you may call me Sui.
Oh, I forgot to ask your name before I start. Oh, I am so sorry. I'm not used to meeting people.
It's no problem.
Fenna will reach up to shake hands and say, Skiriad, lovely to meet you. My name's Fenna. Fenna Dazzlecase.
And lovely to meet you as well, Fenna.
I am Silas. Nimalon.
Well met.
Nice to meet you. Did you say your name was Esquire Dad?
Escurida.
Esquire Dad.
Escurida.
Skiriad.
Scuri.
Excuse me, Dad?
Oh, it's not nice to make fun of people's names.
I'm not making fun.
Are you not?
He's really not. I really don't think he is.
Well,
Can you say
as
it
I
one
said,
more time?
you may just call me Sui.
Can you say it again?
Escurida.
Can I call you Scurry?
If you so wish.
Cool.
Oh, Reliana stands up and bows like a small. I'm Reliana. Sapphire. Hi. Pleasure to meet you all.
Hello, Eliana. And Fenna sort of puts up a little hand to shake.
Reliana will actually go down on one knee and meet her on her level and shake her hand.
Oh, thank you. That's so considerate.
Yeah, I
I'd
think
love
it's
to
nice.
meet you.
I think it's more pleasant to actually don't look down on people when you actually speak to them. I mean,
Oh no! Please. There's height differential. Nothing about looking down on one.
no, I didn't mean it like bad. My mom taught me to meet people at their level the first time we meet them, and she kind of gives this really awkward smile.
Bookworm just claps her hands together and, well, since it seems that you have met each other now, all I really want to know is, where does it lead? And well, yes, that's really all there. Now that I know how and why, where is the more important. We can work on how to get rid of at a later point.
Question.
Yes.
When you say where it leads, do you just want us to get to where it leads to and pop in and then pop out? Or do you want us to actually explore?
Obviously, I don't want you to take unnecessary risks. But if you feel that it is relatively safe to explore, go ahead. All I am really interested in is where it leads, and, anything aside from that is not of any interest for me.
Alright. Sounds good. Just a question. I was meaning to ask. Because you know a lot about books.
Yes.
Do you have any books on it?
I do apologize. My old elderly ears did not pick up that.
Netherrealm Kingdom.
Oh, we have several books on that.
That I can have access to.
That smirk comes back to her face, and you see a glint in her eyes. Why, yes. Do this small favor for me, and you can have unlimited access to the books.
Unlimited?
Well, you can't remove the books from Candlekeep, obviously, but while you're within the keep's walls, you can read them as much as you want.
Anna perks up and she goes, "Oh, would that offer be extended to all members of the group?"
Sure, why not?
Of
That
course.
is very kind of you.
That is very kind.
This offer does not extend to our limited section for obvious reasons, but any
course.
books available to the public, you can have unlimited access to.
You can see Reliana kind of like, what? Is there something I should know about the limited?
You have. I do believe all of you have seen the large emerald door out in the court of air.
Yes, it's very pretty.
Behind that door, we have books that are not meant for the public.
Abyssal.
That too.
And she will go up to Bookworm
Mhm.
and whisper in Draconic. Do you have any books on dragons, like, you know, the bigger dragons? That is public?
We should have a few. Yes, I
Yeah,
do.
like on Stardew?
I see. I do think we have one. I'll find it for you.
That would be so helpful. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Now,
And any books in the Netherrealm for me then as well?
oh yes, obviously, yes.
Nice.
I will have the books prepared for you for when you return.
Oh, yes, please.
Now, I do believe that. Oh, my apologies. Suri, was it?
Indeed.
Well, you have expressed an interest, as far as I understand. What would you like as in return for this favor? It is a favor I am asking of you.
Well, to be fair, I came here on behalf of my temple to deliver some books. I was not actually seeking knowledge myself, though I am interested in the Fae.
Oh, we have several tomes on the Fae.
Oh, you're interested in Fae?
Yes. It's a
Oh.
personal interest.
Oh. Well, most of the ones I met is quite kind.
But just like all adult things, not all of them are.
Oh, no, no, no. That I know.
Excellent. And Fenna, anything I can give you access to, or provide as a reward for this favor?
Oh gosh, that's so generous. More than I was expecting, given that we were accidentally the cause of the accidental growing of the accidental beanstalk. Are you sure?
That's not an accident anymore.
Oh,
Is it?
yes.
Well, I mean, I am a wizard. The opportunity to learn any spells is always gratefully received. To expand one's repertoire. If there's an opportunity to learn some spells or perhaps a practice that at another time I could access, that would be more than I could ask for.
I shall see what I can do.
Gosh, thank you. Oh, and she just reaches forward and she just gives me a little hug. I love around your knees. Oh, thank you.
Bookworm
so much.
awkwardly pats Fenna on the head, just with a clawed hand, just there. Well,
I really don't deserve it. Thank you.
while there's no hurry for you to take on this endeavor, the unknown is kind of a important subject. It has been millennia since anything has been able to reach the inside of our keep without our express permission.
Awkward.
Well, I guess we're the first on a lot of things, then, Fenna. First to enter the Candlekeep through odd means, and also the first one to actually plant a beanstalk in the middle of Candlekeep.
A dubious achievement.
Skull ghost thing.
I must
Yes.
say that yes, the beanstalk is a first.
Did it
So,
actually harm any of the infrastructure of Candlekeep? Did it like suddenly growing like that?
As far as we can tell, only the subsections of the Court of Air were damaged, and only where it grew. Luckily, and this time she gives a very stern look at both Silas and Fenna, no living being was harmed.
We speak not of the unliving shades.
Some were bruised, some were scared, but no one was actually harmed.
I mean, that was totally according to plan. We didn't plan on hurting anyone, so
According to plan of the accidental planting of
it's that one.
the
Yes.
beanstalk. Right. Well,
Fenna, when you say no one's been hurt, Fenna just goes very, very quiet and just looks down. Thank goodness for that.
Does Reliana see that Fenna is kind of upset? Or is it kind of like hidden?
No, she's not hiding that.
So Reliana is back on her level and just taking her on the shoulder and being like, it was an accident. It happens, you know?
Yes, yes.
Technically, you were not involved in that at all, Fenna. That's all on me.
Oh gosh, Sailors have really taken on this honesty. It's amazing. But thank you, Rihanna. Yes, it's magic can be dangerous with unintended consequences, and it's just a relief that no one was hurt.
indeed. I must say though, the most hurt I've seen so far was probably the tiefling boy who tried to climb the beanstalk, fell down, and bruised his bum.
Oh. I mean, children have a tendency to climb things.
They do. And on that note, I have to get back to work, unfortunately. Like I said, there's no hurry, but the sooner the better. And I will have your rewards, well, your requests ready for you when you return.
Thank you.
Very-
Thank you so much.
It's very appreciated, really.
Yep. And Bookworm leaves the tavern to go and do her work.
Well, I guess we will be working together.
I must say, I did not expect this when I was asked to go to Candlekeep.
Well, neither did I.
Neither did I, but we ended up in some weird shit, so here I am. Nice to meet you again, by the way.
It's a pleasure, and she takes out her hand.
He grabs it and shakes it. So we
You're
got.
You're quite a weird one. I've never seen anyone like you. Good.
I mean, I guess I'm the best and the worst of two worlds. Or
Well,
technically,
being
I'm not the worst. I'm definitely the best.
Well, it's not. I think it's best to be special. Be yourself. Wouldn't you all agree?
That's
Absolutely. I think you can do very well, Rihanna.
Well, I am sorry, Suri, if I dragged you into this.
It is fine. It is in the nature of our people to aid.
So we got. Well, you guys keep saying Suri. So Suri. That's what you prefer, Suri?
As I have said multiple times, if you wish, you may call me Sui.
That makes your name much easier. And you were Reliana.
Reliana, yeah.
I'll call you Relly.
She kind of tilts her head a little bit, but like, okay. And she will go up to Suri and like try to handshake.
Oh, he will definitely shake your hand.
Pleasure.
Indeed.
Well, shall we see what we can do about this beanstalk?
Absolutely. Beanstalks are calling. And yeah.
Yes.
I
Beanstalks.
mean, if you're fine with it, I'm fine with climbing up whenever you're ready. So, I mean, I don't have anything better to do. I'm restless. To be honest.
Well,
And it will be
I
And-
don't suppose there's any way for us somehow to get a climber's kit anywhere in Candlekeep?
We should probably have asked that.
Yeah, my apologies. It was just a thought that suddenly appeared.
well.
It is
There
very
is
difficult.
there is a lot of shops around. Not all of them are magical.
True, but this is a very specific piece of gear we are asking for. In a place where the nearest mountain is.
And why
Basically.
would you need a climb? And she looks at everyone like, oh, right. Yeah, climber's kit. That's important.
Do we need one though? I mean, I'm pretty good at climbing anyway.
mean, that is true. You are very good at climbing. This is quite a long way, though. Any aid would be
A matter of basic
helpful.
safety.
I don't really know safety.
Reliana will back away and make herself really small again.
Is there a shop or a place in Candlekeep which we might be able to go and get some climbing supplies?
Let me see. There is no shop that provides climbing gear, but there are a bunch of people from Elturel. Some of them might have gear to sell that they brought with them.
We can just ask some. Do we see anyone who seems to have it?
Give me a perception or investigation check.
I'm bad at either one. She's too busy getting herself small.
Yeah, unfortunately, you do not. You see a bunch of people, but you don't see anyone specifically carrying gear in that manner.
But there is a group of people that is from that place.
Yes.
On which table?
Let me see. Well, all over. Both inside the hearth and people have been setting up tents in the court of air.
So there's people like on this table?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to fix something real quick.
Since I was sort of hanging, going up with the beanstalk,
Yes.
would I know how the climbability is? Like, is it hard to climb, or is it like
It's
something
not.
you definitely need the climber's kit for?
You wouldn't specifically need climber's kit, but and it's not very difficult, but it's going to be tiring. It's like if when you climb a tree, even if it has a lot of branches that you can grab onto and walk or climb around, you're gonna get tired pretty quickly.
I mean, I don't know if it would work or not, but I could bring my little owl and send him up, and we can look at him that way to see what's up there. I mean, if it goes up very high, then it may be higher than he can fly. But it might give us some idea as to how high it goes up.
I mean, by all means.
So,
I think you muted Sen.
oh, am I?
No, I think Sen
No,
is muted.
no, I'm just mounting words when I finally realized something that Reliana meant. Oh, that too far long.
Excuse me? She says to the table.
Yes. Hi.
You wouldn't mind having a climber's kit on you that you don't need anymore?
Climber's kit. Oh. You see a rather young tiefling woman look at you like head tilted and. Oh, no, I don't. But there was a woman outside by the entrance.
Oh, thank you so much for the help.
Oh, sure. Sure.
And she backs away slowly and like looks at the group and like, outside. Please let us go outside.
Is something wrong?
No, nothing. People.
Ah, not used to big poops, are you?
Not really.
That's fine.
And there we have the beautiful.
Why is it suddenly darker than it was before?
I fixed it.
You fixed it.
Yes.
I
And
see.
hello, welcome on Invaders, and welcome to Art with D&D. Because I forgot to add the beanstalk to the
Bad
corporate.
art. Bad art with D&D.
We understand what it's supposed to be. It's a beanstalk that they grew
Yes, in the middle of Candlekeep. Why it would ever be there? It's
A
not
mystery.
like the DM decided to, hey, I've got a bag of beans. And instead of being the normal folk, where one uses beans in order to grow pyramids, one then just turns into a massive mega pyramid. We got beans and beanstalks.
Yes, you did. I do also remember the conversation going, hey DM, can we use our hero points to make a beanstalk happen in Candlekeep? And I said, yes, you can.
And now she kind of regrets it, but it's
Oh no,
fine.
it's awesome. I love it.
I remember it being along the lines of, yes, you can, and there be consequences.
Yes.
You know, the beanstalk would have been a perfect way in order to connect the Candlekeep module to literally any other fucking module.
I know. But I've connected a bunch of other modules with a bunch of adventures that you said you were interested in.
Go! That's a good DM.
Oh, why thank you. So, you're out at the Court of Air. The beanstalk is standing proudly in the now noon sunlight, shining down on a bunch of tents and surprisingly market stalls that seem to be popping up all over the place, offering anything from freshly made clothing to... What's the word I'm looking for? Crudely made weaponry to anything you could need for like bed sheets and things like that. And by the entrance to the Candlekeep, to the Court of Air, you do, as described, find a small stall selling what looks like what happens if someone raids their grandparents' attic and decide to have a garage sale.
Do they have a climber's kit?
They do indeed have a bunch of ropes and hooks and pittons and anything you might need to climb any surface that is not glass or similar.
Just a question, could you tell me why the tiefling was looking so weird at Reliana?
Weird stranger
Ah,
walking up. Hi, do you have a climber's kit?
Oh, and here that was
Okay.
young boy, pretty tiefling, neat for the first time.
no, it was not that.
Okay.
It's like, okay.
She looks like a normal tiefling, so...
Like, the first thing you asked was, do you have a climber's kit? Not Do you know where the bathroom is? Or can you tell me where my parents are? No. Do you have a climber's kit?
Just to be fair, she looks like she's 20 years old. Do not judge her for looking for her parents.
There are refugees here. She might be looking for her parents.
I found a climber's kit.
Well, let me pay for the stuff, because I'm kind of the reason for this endeavor.
Can I ask why?
Henna just looks up curiously at Sailors, wondering what's going to come out of his mouth.
It's a fairly long story. But let's just say, I'll tell you the short one. We had two friends.
Okay. They are not with you?
They decided to go on different paths, I believe.
Oh.
Well, one of them was a cleric of Lyra. And she was really nice. She got me into this god kind of thing. So now I'm kind of half religious, I guess. I'm trying. I don't know how it works, but getting it. So.
And she kind of like pets Suri on the shoulder, like, you're religious too, aren't you?
I am indeed a cleric.
Oh, you will be the best of friends.
Oh,
That
one
is a
could hope.
possibility where we get to know each other better.
Well, either way, she.
Might I ask which god it is that you follow?
Lyra, the goddess of joy.
I see. Can I roll some religion to remember the relationship between Saloon and Lyra?
Sure. Please do that while DM also looks it up.
Then, don't
Okay.
look too hard, you don't need to.
As far as you know, there's no animosity between the two. They're good aligned, both of them, as far as DM remembers.
Is she a good one? Both of them are kinda good.
Yes. So that's basically what you remembered. Like, both of them are chaotic good. They don't fight, and that's about it.
Well, they are part of the same pantheon, though
Yeah.
Saloon is a major deity and
Lyra is basically
Lyra is a lesser deity.
lesser deity that is under
No,
Saloon.
they have one relationship. As far as I'm reading the wiki, is
But
that
you do not
Lyra
notice.
Lyra was once a what's his word? Exarch, which is basically a it's called an underling or something like that, of Sun.
Yep. Well, that checks
And
out.
Sun is being a good friend of Saloon. And things like that.
Oh, with the 10, what you remember is that, both of them are good. They have some sort of connection. Don't really sure how it is, but...
Yeah. Well, I myself never actually had much to do with the Church of Lyra. Though I am well aware of her status. And yeah,
Let's
I'm
just
afraid
say
I don't know much about her.
she's a goddess of joy, so we used to spread joy and smiles, you know? But, so,
It sounds like a noble cause.
it is, totally. I don't know how it works, but I'm trying. Either way, we met these two gargoyles, and they were really friendly, and So I talked to them because they were living in this really dark and gray place with a lot of undead and I'm not sure if you know about it, but corpse eaters, things that eat corpses. And I just said to them because it was really gray and boring there that they could come along. But then the others said they are monsters and they are gonna kill us in our sleep. But
So can I roll something for remembering what the fuck gargoyle is?
History or Arcana?
Can
Both are-
Reliana do the same?
Sure.
Both are shite, so let's go for Arcana.
Sure. History for Arcana.
Nope.
I've rolled a lot of 5s.
Yeah.
Yeah, for both of you, a gargoyle is something you put on a building, and they usually spit water.
Well, I
you,
can't say
you
I
can
know.
see Reliana thinking, and you can almost see her thinking. Like literally, you can just see everything trying to make this connect, and she's like, "What?"
thought bubble like up here. So
I mean, I know what a gargoyle is, but
yeah,
I never seen a live one.
these statue creature thingies. They were got in this mausoleum or whatever it's called. And well, so they said that they would murder us in our sleep. And I said, that's a bit judgmental because, I mean, you should give everyone a chance, right? Isn't that a good thing to do? Never judge people by the books. Treat them like anyone. You can't just assume that they are evil.
I guess not.
But they didn't like it, so they said that we should leave them there and they didn't get allowed to come along. And this upset me a little bit because it felt like they treated them like monsters even though they hadn't done anything bad. And a lot of people treat me like a monster because even though I haven't done anything bad. Although I have done
And
some
why
bad
would
things.
it treat you like a monster?
Yeah, I don't understand that part.
No. That actually sounds like something important in the grand scope of things. Like,
There's
I'm
lots
still not sure about gargoyles, but there
I
are
have no clue
creatures
about
born of
gargoyles.
pure evil.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. I'm a freak. Because I was born as an abomination. I'm a half orc, but I'm also a half elf. And elves don't like half elves, and elves don't like orcs or half orcs. Then you have orcs that doesn't like other orcs, they don't like half orcs, and they certainly don't like half elves or elves. Which means my father and the orcs, they hated me and called me a monster and abomination, and they liked to pick on me. And when I met elves and half elves, or yeah, that kind of people, they didn't like me either because I'm also a freak. Because I'm not pure elf.
So at that point, Sui just pings one of his horns. Like, they say such things about a lot of different races, depending on what race is talking. You should not bother too much with it. We can all be as we wish to be.
Yes, and I don't think people should be judged by what they look like or something like that, but more like their actions.
I know, right? They should be judged by their actions.
Though,
They judge these
I will
gargoyles.
say, and I must say, that there are exceptions. As once again, there are most mortal races are born neutral. They choose to be as they wish to be. Though there are some other races that are either born good or born from evil. Fiends are the most common example. It's not to say that you should not give people the benefit of the doubt. There's just that for some people it's just impossible to be other than what they are.
Yeah, I mean, like, some people still think tiefling look more like demons than people.
Well, I don't think so. I mean, sure, you're horny and you have tails, but that's about it.
Please don't call it horny.
Yes, please don't.
Fenna, you were saying earlier?
Well, every time that it says the word abomination, freak, you can see Fenna just sort of like flinching every single little time, and then she was going to start talking about the gargoyles, but then when Shuri and Rihanna started talking about some sense about, you know, don't judge, and she's kind of like she's just let it go. So she's actually probably she's just like decided now to sit on the stool. Could she like climb up onto that and sit on that if there is there. So she makes a little room, and she just sits there patiently,
So this
watching this.
So the stalk itself has grown wider over the past few days, and it is now about, like, when you left it, Selas, it was 10 feet wide. It is now 25 feet at the base and going up. And it seems like little offshoots have not spawned. That's not how plants work. Come on. Sprouted, thank you.
You're welcome.
And like created almost a mesh up the first part that you can see, and there are big leaves coming out from the bottom of it. So there's no problem at all finding somewhere for you to sit.
Yeah, she'll just sit, and she'll stop her intuition, but she will bring out her little owl.
Well, we still need to figure out this sprout problem, and I'm very sorry for delaying.
No, it's fine. You wanted to hear a story about why I did the thing, and well, the reason I did it was because I got pretty upset, and well, since they called them a monster, I kind of felt like, well, in that case, I'm also a monster. I might as well accept it. So,
I mean, you're not the monster. I mean, do you know what? And give me your hand.
Sure.
And Reliana will use Taumaturgy to let her eyes, kind of like when you look in a crystal up against the sun, so they will kind of like shimmer. Okay. And she takes his palm and she starts reading the palm. And she'll be like, well, you have a long lifeline. And this line means you're kind of a troublemaker, actually. And she kind of laughs.
That is true.
But this is really odd. Really odd indeed.
What is?
I don't see any.
You don't see any what now?
Monster lines. And she lets go of the palm and thaumaturgy will go away.
You don't see what now?
Any monster lines?
Well,
To the beanstalk!
that can't be correct. Just saying. It can't.
I think since one day, you will come to terms with the fact. I think that now others don't see you as you were once seen, when you were a child, and I really do hope that you'll accept yourself and move on from the gargoyles. And she sort of like gets up from the beanstalk. She says, because ultimately you have friends here, and well, a couple of our friends have gone on their separate ways. But honestly, Sailors, honestly, you're not an abomination, and you're a good person, and you are growing so much, and oh dear, I really wish I could let you be seen with how others truly see you, rather than how you remember they used to see you.
I mean, I don't really care how people see me nowadays. Just kind of said it because it reminded me of the past. So that's why I kind of planted it to just get out my inner feelings. But Fenna, you know that I think I am literally a monster.
No, you're not. And she messages in his head. Curse. A chosen curse is what you have picked. You can whisper back. I think you can whisper back, Carney, on that spell. Yeah. You can whisper a response back.
Yep.
Oh yeah, true. But I'm aware, Raven. That means I'm literally a monster.
And she'll say it out loud. And she'll say, if you ever decide that you want that no more, it can be put right. As I reminded you, it can be put right. But I feel that maybe we've dallied along enough. We have our climbing gear, and there's now like a little tawny owl, like a fey sort of owl on her shoulder, and she says, and I have Whistle here, and there's like a little pink collar around his foot. Its foot. There's like a little whistle and a little symbol on it. I could send Whistle up and see. It might tell us what perhaps is ahead. And she sends him flying up to the, and then she tries to see.
Okay.
He sees.
How far up can Whistle fly from you?
I don't know if there's a limit to it.
There's a limit to it.
We remain telepathically connected within 100 feet, but I think I can see.
You can see beyond, but after 100 feet, you can't control it.
Yeah.
So you basically need to give it an order before the 100 feet is reached.
Because he just follows it, doesn't he? If after that, so I'll say to him, fly up as high as you can, but not so high that you feel ill, and then come back to me.
Okay. So Whistle. 1. 1. A whistle takes off into the air and flies up along the beanstalk, and you see the little form vanishing after a short time. And it takes a long time, but eventually he comes back down.
Oh, sorry, I should have said.
Yep.
As it's flying up, I'm looking through his.
Yep. You see,
Oh, I
you see the beanstalk continue. It seems to be going on forever. And eventually the whole of Candlekeep becomes small beneath it. And by the time it becomes difficult for Whistle to breathe and move, the beanstalk is still going. But you do see something odd through Whistle's eyes. It seems like a solid platform forming not too far up after where it starts becoming difficult to breathe. It's almost like the clouds themselves have formed Earth into what looks like the drop form, like a drop shape.
I was going to say it looks natural, but it's a magical being, so
Yeah.
could be anything.
And then he turns back down because it's getting difficult to fly and breathe up there.
Finna probably just staggers back leans back against onto the beanstalk, and she starts feeling this vertigo as it's like gone up so high. And when he comes back down, actually before he flies all the way back down, she dismisses him, so he doesn't have to go all the way back down again. And she'll say, "Oh gosh, that's any indication? I mean, it's to the point where the air is thin. Any indication like how high that is up? Did you get a feel for that?"
It's... Oh, how high would that be? About... You would guess it's roughly 1,000, 1,200 feet.
Oh my goodness! It's over 1,000 feet. It's
Well,
it's
that would be
the
quite.
air is thin. It's quite dangerous, and there is definitely something at the top. It's worth exploring, but I couldn't tell you what it was. That's a climb and a half.
Well, I guess we better start climbing then.
Should we perhaps get some rations to go?
I do still have some rations on me for my trip over here.
I do too, but I don't know about our new friends.
No, I believe I have food.
I definitely have food.
Though I would say that stocking up a bit more would not be bad.
I mean, it's better to do too much than too little.
Indeed.
I have 9 rations. I don't expect us to be up for a week.
I have 5.
Oh,
You should be
I think-
fine. You can take it from me if you run out.
But did you get your climbing gear?
Yeah, I'll got the climbing gear for everyone. Or how many are there? Would there be enough for everyone?
Yeah.
I don't need one.
You really don't need one.
And she will take off her cloak, and you will see wings.
Knew it, winged tiefling. Siri looks over with a bit of a surprise. Wings?
I'll still
Those
give
are
you
quite
one.
rare.
I'm kind of a special case.
My dear, you are not. It is not special. Well, rare. I have seen other tieflings with wings.
Oh, that's good.
That's lovely. Gosh. Someone in the party that can fly, sailors. How exciting.
Yeah. Sure. I can totally fly.
Oh, fella.
I mean, I totally know how to do it. Right.
Oh, you know how to fly? But why do you need a climber's kit? And I don't see any wings.
That's also a.
Fella sits back down on the leaf again.
Fenna. Do you think it's safe to tell them I'm a raven?
She whispers in his head, and she said, I don't know, sailors. We don't really know them. We've only just met. And you're very new to this yourself. You've not really experimented with your flying.
I know, but I mean, if I tell them and they don't accept it, we're gonna have to kill them.
And she now says that out loud again. Just out of interest. And she says to Skuri and Brianna, what are your views on lycanthropic entities, just generally? Spontaneously asking, not related
That
to anything.
is quite a spontaneous question.
Yes, well.
However, Our Lady of Silver, Saloon, has always been a guardian for those lycanthropes good aligned. As the moon is a symbol, and it is also the site that lycanthropes, to my understanding, like most.
Oh, I thought it was magic. I thought he could use magic.
I mean, I can jump.
That's a very inclusive answer. No, I'm not going to incite. I'm not going to incite him. She won't incite him. He's a cleric. Obviously, well, that's very good to know. Very good to know. And yourself.
I haven't had much contact with lycanthropes before. I read about them, some of them, but to be quite honest, I didn't finish the book.
Oh dear. Well, and then she whispers to say this.
Outrageous.
It's entirely up to you, my dear. We couldn't be with worse, but it's up to you.
Well, he seemed pretty cool with it, and she seems pretty open-minded.
And very winged already.
She doesn't wings. That is pretty cool. Just fuck it. Okay, so guys, listen. I do have wings. I just don't know how to use them because I just got them because I recently kinda, that you don't need to tell or shouldn't tell anyone, because if you do, I might have to kill you. But
Excuse me?
I'm aware of it.
I don't want to get killed.
It seems
I don't. I really don't want to kill you because you guys seem pretty cool. I like you guys. I'm just saying, if you tell
Quite
someone, I might have
insulting
to
how
kill
you
you.
are suggesting that is so easy to kill us.
And Reliana will be going behind Suri because she's a little bit scared.
I'm just saying, if you tell someone and they tell someone and then they tell someone, that means I'm gonna be hunted for probably eternity or something. And I don't want to be hunted, so I'm just
Now,
saying.
why
Please
would you
don't
be
tell anyone.
hunted?
Because I'm a were-rape.
Yes, so?
Lycanthrope.
As I have said before, Salon has been betractor of all those lycanthropes that are good aligned.
I don't even know this god.
I
It does
still
not
don't want to
matter.
die.
Every place in which the moon shines is a place of saloon. Just because you don't know her doesn't mean she doesn't know you.
and irrespective, sailors, you are good aligned.
Pretty sure he isn't.
I mean, I'm. I'm working on it.
And that is all we can ask for at this point.
And don't worry, Relly. I won't kill you. You seem pretty nice, Jill, and you have wings, so you're cool.
She's still behind Suri because he just threatened to freaking kill her. She's like,
And on that lovely note, we have to end this session.